Hello, good day. This is the weekly analysis of the Tala symbol. On January 4th, we see that the price broke its all-time high over the past 2 weeks. However, in the past week, it failed to stabilize above the all-time high and re-entered the previous range. And ultimately, it closed lower than the previous week, which indicates a bearish sentiment in the market. Also, here a swing failure pattern strategy has formed for us, so if the price pulls back to this area, we can use this opportunity to enter a sell position in the market. It is predicted that the price will have a short-term correction in this section, and enter this weekly FBG zone. Here, there will be a short-term upward correction, and after that, it will enter a bearish phase. This will keep the sell-side liquidity in play. Here, it will accumulate entries, and we can look for a buy position in this weekly FBG zone. Also, if it closes below the weekly FBG zone, it could continue the trend. It will continue its bearish movement. Eventually, it will enter this weekly FBG zone in this section. Also, if the price pulls back to this area, we can set an order block here. We can look for a sell position in the market towards the swing low target. Here, if it is accompanied by bullish momentum and bullish displacement, it can continue its upward trend. To higher levels, it will form them. Ultimately, if the relative strength index indicator pulls back significantly from its overbought zone, or even if it doesn't enter this specific zone at all, we can effectively use this particular technical situation as a very strong confirmation signal for a potential price downturn within the current market environment. By analyzing the daily time frame, we see that the price has formed a zone. A daily BPR zone and a daily order block zone have been formed, and the trend has continued its bearish movement, collecting liquidity towards the sell side here. Ultimately, it closed above this zone. It moved upward but failed to close above this level. A pin bar candle did not form here, and it reacted to this daily BPR zone. It is predicted that the price will continue its trend, continue its bearish movement, enter this daily FVG zone in this area, collect the liquidity behind the sell side here, and after that specific price action occurs within this identified zone, we can actively look for a strategic buy position in the market. We are anticipating the price to move upward toward the previous swing high target and successfully continue its established bullish trend, allowing us to enter the trade with confidence once the confirmation is fully visible. This daily order block zone, although there are highly significant levels in the way of the price that could prevent the market from being bullish and reaching its all-time high itself. By reviewing the 4-hour time frame, we see that as predicted, after liquidity was collected, the price entered the sell side area again in this section where we could have looked for a buy trading position in the market, targeting the 4-hour order block. In this situation, ultimately, a liquidity grab was formed here on the buy side. Also here there is a liquidity pool on the sell side of the site, which could cause a short-term price slide. It could collect the liquidity on the sell side here and then move upward until it collects the liquidity on the buy side here. It collects, and in this range, we can set a 4-hour FVG as our BPR target. It reacts in this area, and after that, it could enter a bearish phase to collect the liquidity on the sell side. It collects here, and finally, it could enter this range. The daily FVG and the optimized 4-hour FVG, where in this area we should look for a trading strategy for a buy position. If it moves upward and collects the buy side liquidity here and enters this 4-hour FVG zone and continues with strength in the trend, we can look for a sell position in this area of the market to the sell side liquidity target. Here, by analyzing the 1-hour time frame, the sell side liquidity is clear. It is evident to us that there is liquidity here. Liquidity with high importance, and another liquidity pool. The sell side liquidity is also located here, which can create a strong liquidity pull for the price to move toward collecting this liquidity. A buy side liquidity pool is also located here, which can cause the price to continue its downward trend. It can collect the sell side liquidity, enter this zone, and after that move into a bullish phase. In this situation, we can look for a buy position toward the target. We are in the internal zones here where the price collects the external liquidity in this area, and after that moves toward the internal liquidity. that is the FVGs that are within this movement leg. It moves to bring the price into balance. If this is accompanied by a bullish displacement, it can collect the buy-side liquidity here, and finally react to this 1-hour order block zone after analyzing up to this time frame. The 30-minute order block, the 30-minute and 1-hour levels. Here we see that the 50% level and this candle's order block shadow zone is important for us, as we should look for a trading opportunity at the 50% level or within the shadow zone of this candle. Also, here the price has formed a swing failure pattern trading strategy for us and moved downward. It collected the sell side liquidity here and finally entered the zone. This indicates a swing failure pattern trading strategy, which, if the price pulls back to this order block zone, a trading strategy is formed for us, and we can use this opportunity to enter a position. We set the stop loss behind the swing, and with a risk-reward ratio of 1 to 2, or to internal ranges, or even to the swings, here where the liquidity is positioned on the buy side, we set our target. We also posted an analysis on TradingView, as you can see. The price, as predicted, has entered the OTE zone, and it is expected to enter a bullish phase, and the 4-hour FVG zones here are expected to reach equilibrium. If it is accompanied by bullish momentum, it can continue the trend and keep moving upward until it reaches the liquidity zone.